Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you had a good lunch. So what I'll be speaking about for the next 45 minutes is approaches to business continuity, and specifically disaster and emergency management paradigms and the use of logic models. Next slide, please. Okay, so just the topics we'll look at. So what is resilience? The operating environment, the comprehensive approach to disaster and emergency management, which is prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Sometimes it's expressed as 5 phases versus 4, which just means they separate prevention and mitigation. Next topic will be typology of organizations. So established, expanding, extending, and emergent. Next, the main emphasis is disaster emergency management paradigms. So really the hazard focus, vulnerability, risk management, and resilience. And finally, logic models and their use in business continuity management. Next. So as mentioned, when I was contacted by Infonex, I was fishing, literally idling my boat across the lake, and they called and asked about potential topics. And as mentioned in the introduction, I focus a lot on frameworks, the academic aspect, linkages. And one thing that I've noticed is that the practice, business continuity, traces back to disaster recovery, mainframe computers, business recovery, business continuity planning, and then business continuity management. So as the profession, the practice has evolved over time, we've gone to this concept of resilience. So resilience is used frequently. So even myself, if I'm writing a mission statement, I could say Department of National Defense will establish a business continuity management program in order to increase, organizational resilience. So part of my area of interest with respect to this and this material is what's resilience. So whether you're producing a BCP or instructing or briefing, it's important that the audience, the stakeholders, they have a common understanding of the terminology. So part of my concern rests with how people choose to define resilience and whether they understand or don't understand the components of resilience. So what is resilience? So looking at this here, we have operational resilience, and I'm not going to read every slide out verbatim, but this one here, it's an organization's ability to withstand and recover from or adapt to incidents that may cause harm, destruction, or loss of ability to perform mission-related functions. So within here, you'll notice that there's nothing looking prior to an event. So any particular organization, based on their organizational culture, their characteristics, including size, budget, resources, their roles, expected outcomes, outputs. We look at these things, it all serves to influence the degree of operational resilience that they have. We want to move from operational resilience to organizational resilience. So organizational resilience is the ability of an organization to anticipate, prepare for, respond, absorb, and adapt to incremental change and sudden disruptions in order to survive and prosper. So looking at this, the fact that operational resilience concerns itself really with the response recovery, organizational resilience looks at all phases: prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, recovery. How do I affect that change? We affect this change through business continuity management. So I'm not going to read out the definition because we're all familiar with the definition of business continuity management, but the important piece here is that it's a process to identify potential threats, put those measures in place, risk treatment, and then move to essentially incident response and then post-incident actions, activities. So one way I sort of flippantly look at this is that it's the ability to take a punch. So the big difference, though, is between taking that punch is, whether, hate to use the example, but Steve Urkel is knocking at your door versus Mike Tyson. I'd like to know which punch I'm going to receive and then really mitigate the risk, because I can't deal with Mike Tyson, maybe Steve Urkel, but I need to know and understand the risks. and really the residual level of risk. Next slide, please. So I was wondering, what does ChatGPT say about resilience? So once again, not going to read this verbatim, but really, resilience in business continuity management refers to an organization's ability to adapt, recover, continue operations in the face of disruptions, challenges, or adverse events. It focuses on building robust systems, processes, cultures that allow a business to withstand and recover from unexpected disruptions. So I'm looking through the various aspects of it. I see proactive planning. So identifying potential risks and vulnerabilities, establishing strategies to mitigate these risks. Okay, that's a risk treatment plan. They're talking risk management. Got it. Redundancy, building backup systems, processes, etc.